What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, September 16th, day number 63 outside the Big Brother house. Plans to take a massive shot in this game are in the works. What will happen with the two vetoes that we have this week? Let's talk about that, plus all the intel drama and more from yesterday's live feeds. But first, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Give you guys a little bit of a recap if you haven't been keeping up with everything going on. The feeds were down for a very long time following Thursday's eviction. Leah won HOH in an epic endurance comp that went nearly 10 hours. Sadly, we were robbed of viewing that. And the house guests were now living in Janky World, an outdoor amusement park from hell where they have to spend the whole time outside eating nothing but pizza, candy, ice cream. The nominees for Leah this week were Chemo and Rubina, with potentially T-Core as a replacement nominee if needed. Angela won Veto. Leah won the Janky Veto as well, and we will see how they will use their powers. Now, yesterday was all trying to figure out what was actually going to be going down. We started early with T-Core and Chemo kind of meeting up, and she tells them, like, hey, talk to Leah, tell him that, you're not a threat, and kind of gives him some good, talking points for him to give to her to see if, he can make some headway there. I don't know if you really can. She even actually suggests to him, that says, hey, when you go talk to her, say that you'll put me, T-Core, up on the block as a pawn next week if you stay. So he said, I would never do that. I would never. And T-Core just kind of says, like, listen, we can try and find a way out of this. We can make this happen. But they also say how they don't want to throw people under the bus, and that, Leah probably has her mind already made up, and T-Core doesn't want to accidentally end up going up on the block. So it was a lot of, like, countering points there. On one hand, it's like, yeah, we should work hard and we can figure this out. On the other hand, I don't want to accidentally go up and say something wrong. Meanwhile, Janky World has been slowly wearing down the house guests more and more. The food is getting to MJ. She is on a water cleanse where she's just drinking water for the day. Cam is still just riding his horse. Chelsie is dragging around a stuffed tiger. The weather is bad. There was rain in the morning, but there's blaring sun in the afternoon. Game talks are at a very low due to not just the lack of energy, but also the lack of enthusiasm due to the conditions, but also the privacy. There's not many places to actually go and have a private conversation with anybody out there. We also found out some other information, especially about Leah's veto. So the Janky veto that she has, apparently she got that for finishing in second place in the veto competition. And there will be some sort of game or task that she will have to complete or win to be able to get the right to use her Janky power of veto. If she doesn't complete or win that game or task, she does not get the option to actually use it. Though she is telling people that she's going to try and win, she doesn't seem to have a plan necessarily to use it right away. Now, she did say she would have one-on-ones with people throughout the day, but it was way too hot and stuff like that. So she said, hey, you know what? We'll just meet later on in the evening once it's cooler. But she did get grabbed by Chemo, who wanted to get kind of in there first, I guess. He gave a lot of the pitches that T-Core suggested earlier. And he said also that he does feel like as the numbers start to, get low, he feels very much at the bottom and that he's not a priority for a lot of people. But he also pushes that, hey, there is another trio out there, aka Chelsie, Cam, and MJ, and they are much bigger comp threats than his trio of TKR of T-Core, Chemo, and Rubina. Leah kind of acknowledges that, but also adds that, you know what, she doesn't know what she's going to do, doesn't know what Angela's necessarily going to do either. But if the veto does get used with the deals that she has set up, she really only has three options. Those options being MJ, Chelsie, and T-Core, since she had that deal with Cam from the HOH competition, which we actually saw on the episode last night, which was I didn't really talk much about the episode last night. It was like a lot of stuff we had kind of seen other than the competition, which I wish we had gotten to see on the feeds. But one thing I really did find kind of funny was during the negotiations Angela was trying to have about the deals with herself, Leah, and Cam. Cam was just like, wait, well, why is my name getting brought into this? I'm just over here holding my button. Like, you guys, I mean, you guys want to have talks? I mean, I'll have talks, but I'm not agreeing to nothing. But with that deal, Leah only then has technically three options to put on the block, with MJ, Chelsie, and T-Core being those only three. Now, Angela ends up going and having a chat with Chemo, where she tells him, like, listen, I already know what I'm going to do. She said it feels right. She says he's good, like really good, and that she would talk to others just as a courtesy, but in her heart, she knows what she will do, and she didn't want Chemo to go to bed without knowing that. So she never actually tells him that she's using it, but very much tells him that she's using it on him, and also tells him to keep this between them. Now, Leah met up with Cam, who Leah explained how she saw the game this week, which clearly is how we all see the game at the moment. We can pull up our allegiance chart real quick. It's two trios and Leah and Angela in the middle. And she explains this to Cam, who says, like, yeah, I kind of, agree. But, he says if the nominations were to stay the same, he would push for Chemo to leave. Leah asks him, like, listen, with the whole trio stuff going on, and like, if I would potentially need a renominee, would I be crazy to trust MJ and Chelsie? Cam says, no, you can. Like, I think you can trust in that. She says, all right, because you're one of the people I trust the most in this game right now. And he does say, though, that if T-Core does go up, she's staying, which Leah says, like, yeah, you know what? I don't want T-Core to go. I would want T-Core to stay anyway. But Angela goes and tells Leah, hey, my heart says to keep Chemo. And Angela says she does feel sorry that Leah would have to put someone up on the block. And she asks who that would be. Leah says, if she wants to break up the trio, then it would have to be T-Core. Now, she does mention that T-Core is always consoling Chemo and Rabina and being there for them. She's never been up on the block, and she very easily could be somebody who could win the whole game. Now, she says if she puts up Chelsie that she would probably stay. And Angela says, hey, next week, I have no problem putting up Chelsie. Not only do I not have a problem putting Chelsie up on the block, I can't wait to tell her, hey, it's okay to be a pawn, and that you can trust her, which is pretty much what Chelsie told Angela the week before. So they seem to be on board with using the veto on Chemo and T-Core going up as that replacement nominee. Now, Angela told T-Core she's excited for people to see what she does with the veto, but doesn't elaborate on what she's going to do, and says she hasn't told anybody, so she's excited for people to see what's going to happen. Leah and Chelsie met up, and Leah tells her, like, listen, Angela's probably using this power of veto. Chelsie then goes into, like, hey, like, why? What even is the benefit of that? And she's like, well, I think Angela, feels bad for being on the wrong side of the vote with Chemo, so she wants to use it, save him, and hopefully that can mend some fences with that. Now, Chelsie, already knowing that the options are very limited and they really are only three, with Chelsie, T-Core, and MJ, and MJ's probably not a real option, so it's really only down to two options. And Chelsie, she has a little bit of a different philosophy. She's got the philosophy of profits over people. And she goes right into how dangerous T-Core is, how, you know what, she is just someone who, if she is still in the game in the final five and any of them are sitting next to T-Core and Chemo, they're going home. So they really need to start doing something about her. She tells Leah that, like, you know what? Teak probably got to go, right? Like if you got to put her up, you got to put her up, and that's okay. But she also says, hey, we could do this. It's okay. But if it's not me, it's not going to be me. Now she also tells her, like, hey, you could tell T-Core you're putting her up because you think that she's going to be safe if she doesn't go up, and that's fine. And Chelsie doesn't necessarily say that she would vote T-Core out, but just as like, hey, like it ain't me, that I'm cool with it. And I think even kind of pushes the idea that, like, yeah, you know what, if T-Core goes up, you can tell her she's safe and it's not even that big of a deal. But hey, it's not me going on the block, and that's what matters. Good job, Chelsie. Now, Leah fills in MJ, who says, like, yeah, I don't really want T-Core to go, but she is a bigger threat. And she doesn't think that Chelsie will vote out T-Core either. But Leah says, listen, we only need 3 votes. Now, the thing is, I don't 100% know where all 3 of those votes would be coming in. Definitely, you would have Angela. You would then, I would guess, include MJ in that. But are they including Cam in that? For sure. I don't know if he would 100% vote T-Core out over Rubina. That is still a little bit of a question mark, but we'll get to that in a bit. Leah then ends up talking with Rubina, who gives her a very, circular runaround kind of an answer and talk about having no clue what's going to happen or what she's going to do. Rubina talks about, wanting to stay, but doesn't really pitch too hard with it or give any really good reasonings on why she should. Later, actually earlier, I should say, T-Core tried to have some game talks with Rubina, but even to what she says, her best friend, that's how they always talk to each other. She wasn't in the mood for game talk at the moment. So Rubina was kind of already kind of out of it, kind of just settling for whatever comes will come. And she's just not really pitching too hard to stay. Honestly, with that attitude, she can go walking out the door just behind T-Core this week. T-Core meets up with Leah, who tells her, like, Leah says, listen, I don't know what Angela's going to do, but if she does, I only have 3 options. Like, what am I supposed to do? T-Core says it would really suck for her to be up against Chemo or Rubina. And Leah says, I would hate to have to do that to you, but you would probably be in a good position to stay. You'd probably be okay. T-Core also, I think, didn't necessarily take the risk that she's in from this conversation like she should have. She went and had a conversation with Chemo and Rubina about how it went, and she just kind of said, like, yeah, she was saying there are 3 options, and how that all went, and she didn't really say like that she was the one going up, but it was kind of fairly clear from the conversation that she would be the one going up. But yeah, it is what it is. I guess T-Core can't hear over her. Now, as of now, like I said, it will be Leah who has to use or play some kind of game or do some kind of task to even use her janky veto. And if she does get the chance to use that, it seems like she won't. I don't know. She might have some kind of, secret plan in play. We'll talk about that in just a second. But as of now, she's saying that she won't use it if she will win it. Angela will take down Chemo. Leah will then nominate T-Core as the replacement nominee. Now, vote-wise, if we head on over to our allegiance chart here, just to give you a little bit of an idea, it does seem like MJ and Angela would be voting for T-Core to leave if she was up on the block. You would then have question marks, though, with Chelsie and Cam. Would they vote to take out T-Core? Would they vote to take out Rubina? I'm not 100% sure with that. You would also have Chemo as a question mark, who I feel like, again, even with Chelsie and Cam, might actually be leaning towards keeping T-Core this week. Now, this is where I kind of want to bring up the idea that I don't know if Leah has a little bit of a secret plan at play. And I don't know if she even sees this as a potential play that she can do, but she definitely would have the information she would need for everything going on. She knows the standing in the game, but again, I just don't know if she sees this as a play. If she goes and uses her janky veto, if she has the ability to use it, takes down Rubina, and if Angela uses her veto to take down Chemo, she then puts up T-Core and Chelsie, which then can guarantee that Rubina and Chemo are going to be voting to keep T-Core. MJ and Cam are going to be voting to keep Chelsie. Angela would have that split vote, more than likely would send out T-Core, since that's who they've been talking about targeting, and you guarantee that T-Core leaves this week. Again, I don't know if this is a plan. I don't know if she even sees this as a potential play, but she has all the information. Everyone has given her every piece that she needs to know. Cam has told her that he doesn't think that T-Core would go. She knows that MJ also doesn't think that T-Core would go, that Chelsie would potentially vote for T-Core to stay. If she knows that if she uses that janky veto, puts up Chelsie next to T-Core with two completely new nominees, yes, you would then have Rubina and Chemo still there after that nominations, who you had previously nominated, so maybe a little bit more blood on your hands, but you guarantee to get out one of the top two players in this game in either T-Core or Chelsie, who are by far have the highest chance to win this entire season. What do you guys think about everything going on? What do you think about the current plan with Angela taking down Chemo, Leah putting up T-Core? Do you think that Leah might use her janky veto, even though she's not letting it on to the others? And if so, do you think she should put up Chelsie next to T-Core? Let me know all those answers to those questions in the comments down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, each and every one of you coming on out every single morning. We are on our way to 15K. If you want to join in on that march and you are new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Check out the links to all of my socials in the pinned comment description down below. You can find things like my Discord, the Twitch, Twitter, great places to keep track of everything going on with videos, but you can also check out Kick and Twitch, which will be streaming on a lot more after the season is over. A lot of really great ideas about stuff going on. Just heard a lot of great news about Survivor Australia coming up. Well, we're going to be talking about that on our Friday morning live stream, that's for sure. But thank you guys all again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
Oh, I just peed on it. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Cal.
I couldn't do that.
Nice.
Yum.